Hello, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get us started so we can keep to somewhat of a good schedule and hopefully get you out of here around 11 in an hour. um, hopefully. So, welcome, everybody. We just really appreciate you coming here today and spending time with us and helping celebrate our graduates' success. I'm Priscilla Turgan. I'm the founder and executive director of Project New Start. And here's our fabulous team, Quincy Thomas, Nichelle Watson, and Brian Aline. They are the program. They are Project New Start. Thank you. And these are our, let me introduce our guests of honor, our graduates. You want to stand up, please? Davon Starkey. Thank you. Rashid Rowan. Christian Mowbray. Markiah Wilkerson. Mark Grayson. Stephen Corey Lemons. Daniel Walmer. Rusty Markham. Sean Helm. Who's this? Jennifer Ward. Patrick Garnett. Sean Bingham. And Jason Geiser. Thank you. You know, I had this thought the other day. You know, we don't get to choose the members of our family, but we got to choose you. We chose each other. So we're your other family for now on, right? And you know, we chose you, but these folks chose to devote 10 weeks of their life to coming in every day, Monday through Friday, from 8:30 to 3. They chose to delay working, but I say that, but I think almost 8 of you are working now. But people attended class, were in the door by 8:30 after working after hours, program hours, or in some cases overnight. So they really are committed, and we appreciate your commitment. So congratulations. You know, our mission is to combat violence and reduce recidivism, but our goal is really to provide a safe, trusting environment for people that have been touched by the criminal justice system. So we want people to come to us and know that they can always trust that we're going to be there. And I know we've talked about this, but we're here for the long haul. And the only thing that sets this team back is when people decide they don't need us anymore. And then, you know, and then you make your decisions go sideways. Because today's wonderful, tomorrow the real stuff starts happening, right? And several of you are going to be getting released out of work release, and that's when the challenges happen. So all we want you to do is stay in our world. You know, let this team help you make good decisions, okay? And you know, when people lose contact with us, they take it personal, because you know they're with you every day. These folks committed to pizza every day and bus tickets. These folks committed to being there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, okay? So hooray for you, but we're not going to lose you, okay? You got to make that commitment. They tell us we're a great program. We hear we're a great program from the community, but we're only as great as our team members and our partners. And I really can't say enough about this team. They are on 24/7. I say, don't answer your phones on the weekend, and they say, how can we not? So kudos to this team, and to everybody in this room. Your partnerships really make the program. We can't thank you enough. And our volunteers, we have volunteers that are with us to support us every day. Back at the door on every graduation is Pamela Faulkner Cooper. Pam was our first contact at Howard Young when we started, and she just is always here to support us. And lastly, our board of directors, and I want, can our board members stand up, please, so we can recognize you today? We have Joe Flanagan, Becca Johnson, Greg Somerville, Joellen Edwards, Alicia Adams. Thank you so much. Joe, I want to mention, is our board chair, and he's finishing his 6-year term of service with us. So he's going to be rolling off in December, and we'll be having a new person in his place. But Joe, I like to say, when we started, we had a volunteer, you know, everybody volunteer on the board, but it was mostly friends and acquaintances. And now I like to say we kind of put on our big girl pants under Joe, because he's taken us to the next level. He's done a lot to ensure that we're operating correctly, and we're going to be here for the long term. So would you like to say anything, Joe? Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I think mostly I only want to say 2 things. Congratulations to the class, who I met briefly at Barclays about a month ago. We always have interview sessions with the class, and they're mutually beneficial, and I think it was a really great day for everyone. But the second thing I want to do, and I'm just underscoring what you just said, whenever I think about the success that the program has, it's the curriculum, of course, but it's mostly the relationships, and it's the high character driven relationships from these 4 people. And if it was a different 4 people, we might not have high character driven relationships with the same curriculum and have the success that class after class has. So thank you to you guys, and congrats to the class. Thanks, Pris.
Real quick, let me just give you the statistics. Oh, here he is, Governor-elect Matt Meyer. Welcome. So we celebrated our 11th anniversary October this year. So from October of 2013 through September of this year, 196 individuals have come through the program, 144 have graduated, 122 of those 144 graduates have secured employment, and about 78% are sustaining their success. So we're proud of that, and just look forward to continuing and expanding our services. So today, you know, everybody in here is special, but we also have some leaders from Delaware attending today to help you join in your celebration. So I'd just like to recognize who's here. Governor-elect Matt Meyer, thank you for coming. Attorney General Kathleen Jennings, and team. And we, Supreme Court Justice Christopher Griffiths, thank you, sir. Superior Court Judge and great supporter, Charles Butler. And U.S. Magistrate Judge Christopher Burke, who's just been a wonderful supporter as well all these years. So, and thank you. Sorry, for the first time, we have some Delaware legislators in attendance. Cindy Romer, Representative Cindy Romer, and I think is Melissa Ross Levin? Yes, I'm sorry. Is she here? No, okay. And how about Sophie Phillips? Was Sophie able to come? And I think, Senator Sturgeon, was she able? Okay. They all accepted, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you for coming. I'm sorry. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Cindy, did you have anything? I think you had something you wanted to share. Okay.
Thank you. I've been incredibly impressed by Project New Start when I first heard about them through Quincy at Baylor. And I had been meeting with the Department of Corrections. And one of the things that they said is that, which we were just talking about earlier, is the best reentry program is really pre-entry. So that we really need to do better as a society to avoid people from getting into prison in the first place. And so when I look at the statistics that Project New Start is able to achieve, just highlight a couple of them, I think Priscilla did as well, 78% success rate that their graduates do not end up back in prison in 5 years. That is a recidivism. And 90 to 95% of their participants have employment graduating from the program. So these are the kind of numbers that, yes, these are the kind of numbers I really think we need to be celebrating. The other thing the Department of Corrections had said to me is that by the time people get to prison, so many other pillars of society have failed, right? The family unit, the workforce unit, the housing market, the environmental environment, every part of their lives have been touched to get them to where they are. So I really just want to congratulate the participants for having the courage to look for a program like this, to join a program like this, and the courage to say, I need help, I need a support system. Because when they're leaving prison, a lot of times they aren't going back into a support system that can necessarily relate to what they've gone through. And so to build a support system and to have the courage to move forward and keep up with the support is really key. So when I told the governor and the governor-elect about this great program and shared it, they wanted to do a tribute. So we have here a governor's proclamation really admiring the work that Project New Start has done. So just want to present that to Priscilla. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Would anybody else want to share any thoughts? Kathy, did you want to share anything, or anybody? Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. I come here just about every year, and thank you for inviting me, Priscilla. I remember decades ago when we got some funding from the mortgage foreclosure settlements that we created a group of people called Building Blocks, and we were able to help Project New Start continue in the work you've done. And fast forward to today, it's just amazing. I mean, the graduates around us, thank you for your hard work. And I just have one message for you, because someday I hope you put me out of a job. Really. That would be the best thing that could ever happen. I want to recognize first the people in my office, my Chief Deputy Attorney General, Dan Logan, and our fantastic community relations team, Corey Priest and Allison Abisinio. Thank you for the work you do. But I had the good fortune this week to meet the United States Surgeon General. And he said that, he gave a great speech. He's an amazing man. He said that he often gets asked, what leads you to feel fulfilled in your life? Why are you happy? What brings you happiness? What brings you success? And he said there are really three elements to this. Number one is relationships. You now have those relationships, and they are so important. And Priscilla mentioned them. Let's hang on to them. Let's continue with them, because in times of stress and in times of trial and tribulation, they're going to save you. So relationships. The second thing is purpose. There is a really fundamental purpose to each of our lives. And finding out what your purpose is, why you are here on earth, and what you are here to do is critical to fulfillment. And the third thing is service. It's service to others. So each one of you is here today because you deeply believe in service to others. But I want to thank the Project New Start team, because service to others isn't just something you say. It is something you do each and every day. So on behalf of the Department of Justice and all of us here, thank you so very much.
Matt, would you like to make him? Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to the graduates. It's good to see everyone here. Congratulations. My name is Matt Meyer. I am currently something called the county executive for Newcastle County. And this is close to the busiest day of my life. I am in charge if any sewers breaks. I got to figure out what's going on and fix it. We had 2 this morning. Hopefully nobody here, right? If there's a third, let me know. We have a large police force, land use. If there's any zoning issues, permits, if you want to put something on your backyard. Reassessment, which I'm not supposed to talk about because nobody wants to talk about the tax assessment on their house, and parks and libraries. At the same time, thanks to the good grace of many people in this room, I was elected the next governor about a month ago. And so that's pretty busy, that in 5 weeks, we got to hire a lot of people to figure out how to lead this state forward. And I have a 10-month-old baby at home. And my wife has an emergency room shift today. She's an emergency room doctor. And so one of the things I was told shortly after the election this year is get someone who can say no, right? Who can just say no to, I'm like, no to who? They said no to everyone, because people are going to ask you to come to stuff and just say no. And when I saw this invitation come in, I said, I'm getting a babysitter, like we're doing this. And the reason I'm here is because it was about 7 years ago, shortly after I was elected county executive, I got a call from the then Attorney General, Matt Denn. And when you're county executive, let's just say more people have left my job in handcuffs than they have higher office. So when you get a job from the leading prosecutor in the state, you take the call. And I was like, okay, what is Matt Denn calling me about? And I was a little nervous, and he said, Project New Start. He said, support Project New Start. And I didn't really know what it was, so we scheduled a visit. I think Brian had just left the police force, or I think was still with the police force and was helping out, and it was in a little room in Claymont. And it was a small project with big dreams and big visions that was impacting lives, a small group of lives in dramatic ways. And I said from that point, as many have across this room, however you encountered this amazing project, that I wanted to do whatever I could to be a part of it and be here for you and for these wonderful women and men, however I could be. It's inspiring to come here, to know that your work, Priscilla, Brian, and the whole team of building this little dream into reality that has truly impacted not just the lives who are here, of the graduates and the past graduates, but really all of us across this state. You're having impact on people who don't even realize it. And really the one thing I want to say to the graduates more than anything, you all come here with stories from your past, as I do, things you probably are really proud of doing, and things maybe you're not so proud of doing. I want you to know that now, from this day forward, that stuff is almost secondary. You can take what you want from that gives you power, and things in your past that give you weakness or tear you down, you don't have to worry about anymore. Look forward. The future is bright. We live in a time where, in some ways, employers, companies, organizations, governments are more eager to hire you than you are to go work for them, if you know what I'm saying. We need you. We need you to get out and work. We need you not just to go out and work, but thrive and start your own companies and hire more people. And thanks to the work of these incredible teachers and this incredible organization, you have models and examples who are out there, who've done that, who've tread that path. And look, take a moment before you leave here to look at all these people here. We want you to succeed, and we're here to support you, to be there however we can to make sure you thrive. You don't just survive, but you thrive and realize whatever dreams you may have, because what's good for you is ultimately good for all of us. Thank you so much.
Well, now's the big time for your certificates, so let's start that. Quincy? Here we go.
How y'all doing today? My name is Quincy Thomas, and I am the program specialist at Project New Start, as well as one of the case managers. So my job is, during the day, I assist with the facilitation of the programs, and then after our guys, ladies and gentlemen, graduate, that's when the case management part start. So we track them for up to 3 years, and we put together a tracking system to where we broke it down into months and weeks. So we're calling our graduates anywhere between every other week to quarterly, depending on their status. If they've been out for, let's say, 3 years, then we might be calling them quarterly. But part of what my job is to foster the relationships with the graduates once they take the next step into the world after they graduate from Project New Start. And just a little bit about myself. I graduated Project New Start probably about 10 years ago today, because I think it was the second Thursday in 2014 when I graduated from Project New Start in that little building. That same little building that Mr. Myers was just talking about. I was at the Plummer Center. Mr. Faust was my counselor. So everything these guys are going through, I went through it. I walked it. I understand the hardships, but I stayed connected and I stayed dedicated to my freedom. I put my freedom first. So once I changed my mentality and I changed my mindset of how I viewed the world, it allowed me to walk a different walk, because prior to that, I was in some tough situations. I did everything under the sun, but fortunately, by the grace of God, I'm here today. I'm a free man. Mr. Corey, Miss Priscilla, is individuals in this room that came and stood up with me a couple months ago, when I went down Legislative Hall for my pardon, and it got signed in October. And, I like championing the program, because for me, like a lot of other individuals in the room, because we got some graduates in the room as well, it's one of those things where as long as you stay connected, as long as you stay connected to the source, it's like a faucet. Like you was talking about a water main break, right? If the connection break, then I can't take a shower. But as long as we're connected to the source, then we could cook, we could clean, we could take showers, we could bathe, we could do whatever we need to do. I mean, water is so vital to irrigation, right? That if that connection breaks, you can't even grow your crops. So it's no different with Project New Start. As long as you stay connected to this source, then we're going to be here to continue to pour into you to help you grow. And that's exactly what we do every single day. So that's just a little bit about myself. I'm going to let Ms. Nichelle introduce herself, and then we're going to move forward.
I do what he does.
So this is Ms. Nichelle Watson. She's the community-based case manager. So her job is really intense, because she goes out into the community and make that connection with the individuals in the community. So all of the community events, we tackle them together, but that's what she do. So she's out ripping and running in the community, making sure that if a bus pass needs to be dropped off, if somebody need clothes, or if a bill need to be paid, her and Brian step up and they do that stuff together, but they're out in the community ripping and running, putting 1,000 miles on their car almost daily. So, I mean, she's really, really modest. She don't like to speak a lot, but her job is really intense. So, we definitely appreciate that. But thank y'all for coming as we move forward. So first on our list is Mr. Sean Bingham.
Those in his class described him as being very well spoken, always positive, and has great leadership qualities.
So Mr. Sean Bingham, as Ms. Nichelle mentioned, he's described as always being positive. And I'm gonna tell you something, he in a little funk today because he was actually supposed to get released today, right? But he came in today and he's going to keep that positive attitude because he know it was just a mix up in the paperwork. So he is on his way home, but he's one of them guys, he's a tree guy. This dude got so many years of experience, like when we would be in class and we'd be talking about careers, he could look at a picture and tell you what kind of tree it is. He could tell you how to cut it down. He got all of these stories from where he'd have been working around power lines, and he just said the other day he almost fell out of a bucket or something, and we was like, bro, what's up with you? But he thought it was funny, you know, but he's a great guy, and we just want to say thank you for everything, man.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone for coming out here today and showing us support. It's greatly appreciated. Everyone that helps out with the Project New Start program, it's time well spent. It is very beneficial to us. I just served a 7-year sentence, and I didn't know which way I was going while I was in there, and being introduced to this program has pretty much saved my life. It's given me another chance that it was needed, and I want to thank all the workers and everyone that makes it possible for us to participate in this program, because it's really an outstanding program. I've been in many programs throughout my time incarcerated, and this is the most helpful, beneficial. It's real people here. It's not something that's forced. Like, these are our family now. I know that I can turn to any single one of them and they'll be there for me at a minute's notice. And that means a lot to me, especially after going everything that I've been through, and I just really appreciate it, God.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Sean said he almost fell in the wood chipper the other day. We was like, what? Like, what was you doing, bro? Like,
Next, we have Mr. Patrick Garnett. Those in his class described him as being humble, focused, and determined.
Mr. Patrick Garnett. Now, one of his words was determined, right? I'll tell you about this guy. This dude came into the class from the rip, and he was like, you know, he was just talking about his life experiences and some of the stuff that he did, and he told us about this company that he had prior to him getting locked up, right? So one day out the blue, he came in with this bag, and, you know, he opened up this bag, and he had a bag full of fitted hats. So if you look around the room, you're going to see some hats over there, right? He had a hat company, and he was just on the brink of getting a deal with Lids before his situation happened. But the determined part, right? The whole time he was in class, it would be times where I would think that he like wasn't really focused because he'd be on his computer, and I'd go over there and peek on him, and he'd be doing an application or something. So he'd be like, I know, but I'm working. So we couldn't be mad at him because he came straight in and he did everything that we asked him to do. Yesterday, he was like, man, Q, I need help with something. So I was like, all right, I got you. What is it? He was like, man, I got some emails I need to get transferred to a document because I got to send them to somebody. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go over to his computer, look to see what it is. He got 3 business plans written up. Because he was like, you know, I'm working, he got a job, but he already know what lane he want to go in and what it is that he want to do. So he's extremely determined on making it work. I mean, we all make bad decisions, right? But I think going through those decisions allow us to see where we may have erred. So the fact that he was on the brink of getting that deal with Lids and being able to go away and come back and do it differently this time, I think he's going to be extremely successful. And I just want to say thank you for everything you've done in the program. We appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I'm the quiet, reserved type. I ain't got a whole lot to say. It's just that, you know, I want to thank everybody for coming out because I know time is precious, and it means a great deal that y'all came out to support all of us. Even still, you got a lot going on. I got a lot going on. He got a lot going on. But at the same time, it's like we all going through something, whatever that is. It don't matter where you come from, your background, what it is you into. You all got to fight. Whether it's been one you just won, one you just lost, you learn from, however it go, you had a fight. And I'm telling you, I know it's a fight. And what it is I consider Project New Start to be is those people on the corner of the ring. One got the chair, sit me in the chair, one got the water, you know, and one sitting there preaching and talking to me, telling me what's next, what I gotta do, what blow I gotta throw next. And so, yeah, like, I got a job, I work at night, and I do Project New Start during the daytime. And, I almost missed my actual stop because I was on a bus, like, I had to get a second of sleep. I don't get no sleep. I get back in Project, to the building at 12:30, and then I leave again at 6:30 in the morning. I get like maybe 2 hours of sleep, if I can get to sleep. Been doing it for like 2-3 months now. Like, it's rough, and I know, and the fight just started, and it's real. And I understand that they're gonna be here with me. And like, I lost a lot of people in the last few years, friends, family, and whatnot. And it's just good to know that I got somebody that's gonna be there and remain, whether it's through them or the people that come after them to take their place. Project New Start, it seems to me to be something that's never ending. And I'd like to thank y'all for coming out again.
I just want to mention there's 4 of Patrick's hats back on the table by the water, and he sold one already this morning, so you take a look.
Next up is Mr. Jason Geyser. Those in his class described him as being a good leader, a good role model, and he genuinely wants people to do better.
Mr. Jason Geyser, this is my guy right here. I've known Jason for about 10 or 11 years. We actually met in Project New Start in the class that we both graduated from the same class, but I'm gonna tell you something about it. He a good dude. So Jason really don't gotta be here. He really, really don't. But he called me and he was like, hey, I got some stuff going on and I need some guidance. Do you think y'all would be able to help me? I said, yeah, come up here, let's talk about it. Let's sit down and see what's happening, right? So he came up to the program, me and him sat down, we talked. I said, all right, let me run this up real quick. I'm talking to Ms. P about everything that you got going on. All good stuff. I'm talking about like good stuff. So earlier Ms. P said it was 8 people working. It's actually 9 because he's self-employed with a stream of revenue right now. He got a stream of income coming in, and what happened was he needed guidance with that. So he came back to us because he said, I know if I tap back in, y'all will help me navigate this situation. So we looked at it and said, okay, what would be the best way to navigate it for us to just point you to the resources, or you go back through the program? And he was like, I want to go back through the program. He said, I could use the recharge. I would like to do it again. So Ms. P said, all right, yeah, he could do it. So I was like, all right, cool, Jay, come on, let's sit down. We did the paperwork. And he was like, man, just tell me when to be there. I'm going to be there. He communicates very well. He calls. If he's saying like, hey, I'm running a little late, it's traffic on 95, he's going to be there. Everything that he said he was going to do, he has done. And again, this is a guy that don't got to be here. But just him wanting to tap back in, his dedication and determination got him to the point to where right now he's walking the walk again, which we all got to do sometime. But I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you.
Hi, my name is Jason Geyser. I'm here with my support system, biggest support system, Alicia Presley, and I RSVP'd for one person, but through the program, I can't RSVP enough for all the support that this place has. I was at a point in my life, it wasn't just with my career. Losing both my parents while I was incarcerated, it was a pretty rough situation, and talk about guidance, I'm lost, you know what I mean? So, but I knew if I reached out to Miss Priss, she would definitely help me out, guidance or whatever, and she took me in open arms and put me back through the course, which recharge definitely needed. It's definitely an uphill battle. I'm sorry. It is because there's Mr. Butler here, my judge, 2 days ago, actually. And I don't think if I went for any other judge with what was going on and what we were asking for, if it wasn't for Mr. Butler, I don't think I'd be standing here today, honestly. So, and actually have him here today and see the progress that this place has, and going through this in 2014, like all this, like it was probably just this much people in 2014. You know what I mean? Plus a little bit of family, but to see how much it's grown and the support that this place is getting. It's untouchable, you know what I mean? So they're not getting rid of me. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. Sorry. Yeah, so that's it. So thank you guys. I appreciate everybody.
Next up is Mr. Mark Grayson. Those in his class described him as being inspirational, respectful, and goal-oriented.
Mr. Mark Grayson, definitely very inspirational, goal-oriented. His goal, he said he want to be, a personal trainer. So every day on his lunch break, he'd come out here, he'd work out, he'd do his laps, he inspired other guys in the class to work out with him on lunch every day. He already signed up to take the course, the personal trainer course. He's already talking about doing the meal plans and all of that kind of stuff. I've known Mark just about his whole life since he was a kid. Actually, if y'all remember I'm Bumpies from back on Governor Prince back in the day, he probably was in there messing your food up when he was a kid, but yeah, good dude, really good dude, definitely dedicated, determined, goal-oriented. He got a clothing line as well. He's on Facebook all the time, posting his stuff up, promoting his own business, working overnight, and still making it to the program every day to do everything it is that he's been asked to do. So we just want to say thank you as well, bro.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. When I first started the program, I'm thinking, man, it's just another program, DLC program, go through the motions. I didn't expect it to be this real. Like, everybody here really is genuine trying to help you. Anything I'm going through, I can call anybody. It's just times where I was feeling down, I called Q, he put me back to realize what I need to do, And I got a strong support system with my family, and that helps a lot. And I know some people don't have that. But with this program, they give us that. So it's like I got two support systems that I can call and stuff can get handled, anything I need to do, because it's all about the people you're around. If you're around the wrong people, you're going to do the wrong things. So if you have somebody that you can really call, lead you the right way, support you, tell you when you're wrong. Because if I call B and I'm wrong, but B going to be like, man, you're wrong, man. No, don't do that. He's not going to try to feed my ego or be like, nah, bro, he going to let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to respect and I'm going to go what he say because I know he got my best interest at heart, man. He showed me that. Anything I need, I know I can call them, and I'm always going to reach in for a lifetime. Thank you.
Next is Mr. Sean Helm. Those in his class describe him as having a good work ethic, very humble, and very resourceful.
Definitely great outlook on life. Mr. Sean Helm, this dude, man, he worked overnight too. So he was actually the first person in the class working. And he ride a bike to work into the program every single day, but he got one of the motorbikes. He be going like 40 on the highway. I'm telling you, every day he come up here, when he come and lock in, he charges his bike up, and before he leave, he gets suited up. Last scene, he going down 202, he passing the cars, but he was really dedicated, really dedicated, and he brought a great outlook to the class because, him being older, his perspective and his outlook on life, he's seen a lot of things that some of the younger ones haven't seen. So even though he's quiet, when he opens up and he give his insight, is always valued because he's not a guy that's just talking, it's all lived experience. And the fact that he's working, when he get tired, he pull out a yoga mat and he sleep during lunch and get his naps in, and he get up and do it all over again every day, So we just want to say thank you for everything, bro.
Good morning. My name is Sean Helm. As you said, I want to just thank Project New Start for real because, you know, I just came home from doing 17 years in the feds. And when I was on my way home, looking at what was here and everything else, the feds does one thing with trying to reacclimate people with make sure that we have reentry. There is no reentry in Delaware besides Project New Start. They are the only program that is actually pushing to help people. And they're not just helping people, they're to help change lives. And I gotta say thank you because you gave me an opportunity to come in and say, all right, you didn't just look at the fact that I'm coming from the feds and I already had a job. You said, no, get what you can get. And even when I didn't want to ask for help for things, Quincy and B, they be like, no, what can we, no, look, let me help you. Eric, who comes in, look, I see who you are, and let me know that, listen, the path that I'm on is righteous and right, and help keep guiding me and pushing me along. So, and they put the mentors in our face to say, here, this is what we should be, and this is where we can be, and just keep on doing it, making us think. So, thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Next up is Corey Lemons. Those in his class describe him as being dedicated, motivated, and very open.
Mr. Corey Lemons, dedicated to his recovery, definitely. Every day for about a week straight, Corey would come get me and say, hey, Q, can you come help me with something now? He say, man, like, he's computer illiterate, right? So he really didn't know how to utilize the computer, how to get online, how to do an application online, or any of that, because he said he spent his time ripping and running. But we got the work done. I mean, we sat down every day at lunchtime. I dedicated my lunch break every day for about a week. And he told me his goal was to put in 1 or 2 applications every day until he got hired. And even after he got hired, he still put in some applications. Now, this dude, his knowledge is he's a heavy machine operator. So he's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to that. We were doing OSHA training last week. The instructor asked a question, said something like, man, I don't even know the lingo. How many cubic somethings for a ditch? And he was like 1 ton. So then he was like, in the, what you say, excavator? The excavator hold up to 6 tons in the barrel and something like that. Nobody knew what he was talking about but him and the OSHA guy. Like they were speaking a different language. But even the instructor was taken aback because when he just blurted out the answer, the guy was like, how'd you know that? And then he was like, well, you know, I did this for X, Y, and Z amount of time. So Mr. Corey, his name's Steven, he go by Corey. Mr. Corey is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to that, but he spoke yesterday just about, to Corey and them, to Corey Priest when they were in there. He spoke about the opportunities that he's looking forward to going forward after graduation, with him being able to give back to the community and come on this side and be able to reach back and help some other individuals that may be going through what he went through. So we want to say thank you, brother.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. I want to say thank you to Brooklyn. She's my best friend. I don't have too many people in my life, and she comes here to support me. She's supported me since I've been incarcerated. I really don't have anybody, you know what I mean? I've been addicted to drugs since I was 14 years old. My mom was addicted to drugs. My dad committed suicide. So you can see where I've been. But she's been there for me through it all, and it really means a lot. So thank you, Brooklyn, for being here. I don't have too much to say. Just, again, thank you for coming. And Brian, Nichelle, Quincy, these guys are great, man. Brian, he's always there. If I'm down, he's got something positive to say to get me back. Nichelle, on a drop of a dime, she'll take me to go get clothes. I didn't have no clothes when I got out, so it got cold. She took me to get some clothes. And like Quincy was saying, he was every day at lunch, he'd help me with the applications and stuff. So these guys are great, and it's awesome. It was an awesome experience, and thank you all for coming out.
Appreciate it.
Next up is Mr. Rusty Markham. Those in his class describe him as being always willing to help, humble, and focused.
Mr. Rusty Markham, he is the tech guru. So during his incarceration, he worked in the printing factory. He can tell you everything about screen printing and what's the other one that I didn't know? Sublimation. I mean, he started talking about sublimation, and he would just be like, so we'd ask him what's the difference, and he could look at your shirt and tell you exactly what it is. Silk screen, sublimation, screen press. You use this amount of something. So, I mean, like my advice to him was, when it's time for you to leave, right, do what you love to do. So what we did, we sat down and we went over the FAFSA information for him to be able to enroll in Del Tech. Because at the end of the day, it's like, he got locked up, he did that while he was gone, he got all the knowledge, now it's time to take it to the next level. And he appreciated that information. So we want to say thank you to you, because he always brought a positive attitude as well too. Everything he ever said, like, he was never down, never negative, but just to have that knowledge, like, I know if he take that knowledge into the, especially we live in a tech era, it's 2025, right? I mean, we understand it's 2024, but it's 2025. We live in an era where that technology is so important, and I just want to wish you the best of luck and say thank you.
Thank you. My name is Rusty Markham. I want to thank you all for being here. I'm a little shy, so I don't got much to say, but I want to personally thank everybody at Project New Start, including all the guest speakers, for helping me create a vision for my future, which is something I really didn't have when I was incarcerated. I really didn't know where I was going. So, and I've really been through a lot of programs. I never really had any ones that really helped me, but these guys are amazing. Like, they really treated me like a human being, which isn't really something I've like dealt with throughout my 9-year incarceration. So, and I'm gonna take this experience with me for the rest of my life and forever appreciate what they've done for me. So, thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Next is Christian Mowbray. Those in his class describe him as being a role model, inspirational, and business-minded.
Mr. Mowbray definitely has an entrepreneurial spirit, business-minded, the way his classmates described him. Before his incarceration, he also had a successful clothing line, and he was in college. Huh? Almost? Nah, don't shortchange yourself. It was successful. You're getting paid off of it. You know? Yeah, nah, we ain't doing that. So, I mean, to the point to where people know him for what he do. Like, individuals come into the class, like, we had a guest speaker that came in with a clothing line. As soon as they seen each other, they know each other. So, you know, you're not going to shortchange yourself. He was doing his thing with his clothes. So we encourage him to keep doing that. Now, out of this class, we had about 4 or 5 people that had their own thing going. So even though they're working, you know, like, Brian is great when it comes to this, like everybody keeps saying. Brian made the connection between them and, like, True Access Capital, because at the end of the day, everybody, working is not for everybody. That's just being honest. But if you can build your business to be a successful entrepreneur, that's still a success. You know, so the fact that he was going to school and getting paid off of his clothes, that's success. He had a hiccup, he went away, came back, and he's focused on doing it over again. So we're going to wish you luck and more success in the years and in the future to come. Give yourself your credit, bro.
My name is Chris Mowbray. You know, I want to thank everybody coming out and support the program today. Thank my support system for coming. I'm gonna be honest, like, when I didn't know what to expect with this program, I really just wanted to get out the building. And like, once I got here, it really opened our eyes. Everybody, I could say that, like, opened our eyes up, because it wasn't just about, like, getting job training, or, like, we was doing different stuff like yoga and learning about mental health and learning financial literacy, and, you know, having talks about just learning how to process your thoughts better, so we don't get back in the situation we was in, you know what I mean? But I really want to thank Ms. Priscilla, B, Ms. Michelle, and Q, because everybody don't get a second chance. So I feel like coming here and going through the motions with them like everybody else been saying, I really feel like I can call B anytime. I can talk to Q because he done been in the same situation as me. So it's good to have that type of support system because like everybody really don't got that. So I just appreciate them for giving us the chance to go through this with them. And like I know for a fact that even though the day the last day, it's really not the last day because I can call them and I can still, anytime I'm going through something, if I need something and they can help me, I know they're going to be there for us. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all.
Next up is Mr. Rashid Roan. People in the class describe him as being positive, adaptable, and resilient.
Smile big too. You smiling any other time. Mr. Rowe. I stay on Mr. Rowe. So yeah, definitely positive, man. You know, he's one of those individuals that's he's extremely intelligent, but he tried to hide it. So we got to pick on him, you know, because we already know like he got something good to say. He got a whole lot buried in there. He's just not going to put it out there. But he just showed it to us so many times that when he try and be quiet and hide in the cut, I gotta pick on him. I gotta say, I want to hear what you got to say. You know, so he's a great dude. One of the younger guys in the class, very, like his papers say, resilient. You know, he did everything that we asked him to do, and we want to say thank you, man. That's a lot of people. Okay.
How y'all doing? Good morning. My name is Rashid. Like you said, I thank all y'all for coming out. There's plenty of times where, like you said, he pulled me up. He thought I wasn't paying attention, and once again, I outshined him. Like, yo, I ain't outshining, but I put him up. Like, listen, I'm paying attention. This is what happened. He said this. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you feel me? So, and then it's a lot of people that I created bonds with in here. Shout out to Big E, the speaker. I mean, he pulled me up a lot of times. I was ready to crash out. Like, I can't do this. You feel me? This is not what I'm here for. Like, I need to go get a job. I got stuff to handle. I'm about to go back to the streets. He told me, like, that's not where you want to be at. I see you got a lot of potential. Put your foot forward and work for it. Thanks to you guys for being here for me. And even my counselor, Ms. Hunt, I told her, like, listen, I'm about to, she like, man, keep pushing, keep going forward. I appreciate y'all coming out and supporting this program because it's well needed for people that's coming into the society from jail.
Next is Mr. Davon Starkey. Those in his class describe him as being solid, proactive, and confident.
Mr. Davon Starkey. Definitely, this guy's a knowledge seeker. He's one of them dudes that lock in. He's going to ask a bunch of questions if he don't know something. He's definitely going to ask. He has inspirations of opening his own food truck. So Crazy Chicken. You changed the name. You changed it. So he changed the name overnight. It was something different yesterday. But, you know, he got some feedback that it probably wasn't a good name. So I'm going to just tell him. He wanted to open a hot dog truck and call it Supreme Sausages. So now he done changed the name to Crazy Chicken. But good dude, man. Always smiling. You know, he come into class. He sit back. He's real quiet. But he always brought positive energy to the group, you know, so we want to say thank you. We had a lot of one-on-one conversations too. So even as far as just like where he kind of like went off the road, he's able to sit back and look in hindsight and say, you know what, it really wasn't worth it. So where I am today, I don't want to be there. You know, he want to stay right where he is. So we definitely want to keep you there and say thank you for everything you brought to the group, man. You know, there you go. Yeah, first day.
Hi, how you doing today, everybody? My name is Davon. My graduation speaker, I would like to thank all the PNS team and all the program people that helped me get my certifications, such as Mr. Alicia, Financial Literacy, Mr. E, Traumas of Reentry, Mr. Mason, Wise Guys. And I would like to thank Allah and lastly myself for all my hard work and dedication you guys and all of my peers have accomplished. Thank you all and have a great graduation from the heart. Yours truly, Davon Starkey.
Next up is Daniel Walmer. Those in the class describe him as being strategic, determined, and positive.
Mr. Daniel Walmer. This dude really, really quiet. He real quiet. He know how to lay back and play the cut, but he did everything that he was supposed to do and everything he was asked to do. You know, he chilled. He was really, really, really reserved. But every time I'm like, hey, Dad, what you got going on over here? He'd be like, man, I got it for you, whatever it was. I mean, like, we worked on this 30-second commercial. It took a couple days to get it done. But, you know, just pushing and driving it, it came out really, really nice. So, like, he challenged me a little bit because I kind of, like, didn't know how to read him. You know how sometimes you just don't know what to take from a person because he was so quiet. But he turned out to be, like, a really good dude. So I know he has a lot of good in him. We still working towards employment, but that is not going to be a barrier because he's dedicated and he's focused on trying to get to that next level. So we just want to say thank you, bro.
All right, I know he said I'm usually the quiet one. I want to thank everybody at Project New Start for doing what they do, the wardens, letting us out, the counselors. Y'all really are helping people. You know what I mean? I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you for everything you've done. You opened my eyes to a lot. I had a lot of great experiences, got my certification, and I'm just looking forward to apply myself and doing what I got to do and get out there and get money for my kids.
Next up is Miss Jennifer Ward. Oh, snap. People in the class would describe her as being fun, loving, energetic, and a caring person.
Miss Jennifer Ward, when I tell you, this class definitely had a lot of personality, and Jennifer brought it. Every day, she kept the class laughing, kept everybody on their toes. She kept the energy up every day. I'm talking about, like, sometimes it was to the point to where we like, it might be too much. You got to tone it down a little bit. But it's good, though, because you need that, especially, like, you know, the guys come, and she's not in the plumber. So, again, Miss Jennifer don't have to be here. Like, she's not on probation. She's not in the plumber center, you know, just been just as involved in the past. But we met during a community event. I think it was one of Corey events. She came and signed the paper and wanted to get into the class. We called her. She called back. And I'm talking about was blowing up the phone like, hey, I need this opportunity. I need this opportunity. Came and sat down with the whole team. We accepted her into the class. Every single day, she made sure she showed up on time. She brought coffee for everybody, snacks for everybody. She brought the energy that we needed. And we just want to say thank you for everything.
Thank you. I definitely called like 8 times, left messages and everything. Y'all going to accept me, right? Y'all going to accept me? Oh, okay. But good morning, family and friends, and PNS, right? Project New Start. These 10 weeks has been the best. I've learned more in these 10 weeks that have set me up for success, that I greatly appreciate the opportunity to not just better myself, but better the future of my child as well. Giving me the support and knowledge needed to change my path from I don't know to I can accomplish whatever I desire. It's opened my eyes as well as the possibility of greatness and success. I stand before you today with a heart full of gratitude. It is often said that gratitude unlocks the fullness of life, and today I feel that truth more deeply than ever. It's a lot more, but I'm going to cut it short. I greatly appreciate... Okay, in closing, I want to say this. Gratitude is not just an act, it's a way of life. Let's remember to appreciate not just the milestones, but also the small everyday blessings. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys have been the best. And like, I love my new family. Even you guys. I would like to see you guys too. Y'all awesome. It really has been a blessing being here with these guys, though. The word. Look, I'm going to get a microphone.
Lastly is Mr. Markiah Wilkerson. People in the class would describe him as being determined, a class clown, and ambitious.
Mr. Markai Wilkerson is actually the youngest guy in our class right now. And when we talked during his interview, he said to me that he just wanted to do something different with his life. He had some challenges in the past, and he was like, if we gave him the opportunity, he wanted to do something different, right? Now, I didn't know this until, like, I went back. He was like, he knew my son because he recognized my name. And then I talked to my son. My son was like, man, you got pictures of us when he was young. So, I mean, way before the hair, he had a bald head. I had to go back and look through some pictures, you know, and I went back and looked through them pictures, and I was like, man, this the same young boy from Prestige Academy, man. You know, so I met him years ago with my son, but he came into the program. He was real laid back, too. I had to stay on him and Rome. They was, you know, they two peas in the pod, but he's working. He's doing something completely different with his life. Because coming from a situation where you're not even used to working at all, and to come into a program that's going to push you to have to go online, work with Mr. George if you never filled out an Indeed profile or application, and then now you go from doing something completely different, that's progress. He's coming from work. He came straight from work here. I'm sure he's tired. He's over here with his head down. You know, he ain't suited and booted like everybody else. You know why? Because he's coming from work. So to me, right, as long as we could keep him like this, that's success. The reality, that's real talk, you know? So like for real, I just want to say thank you to him, because even though we had to drive him a little bit, and we're going to continue to do that, I'm going to stay on him, especially knowing that he's one of my son's friends. I'm going to stay on him. The reality of the situation is we need to keep him in this mode so that he can move forward and he could do great things, not just for himself, but for his family and his community. So thank you, sir.
First, I want to say good morning to everybody. I want to thank Mr. Byrne, Ms. Nichelle, Ms. Priscilla, and Q for giving me this opportunity, as well as my peers for showing up with me every day, keeping me motivated. I want to give a great shout out to everybody that came up and seen us, feel me, making sure that we feel the support and love. I had been through a lot growing up. I lost my father like 15 years ago, so I grew up with my mom. She had 6 kids. So like being the youngest child, well, close to the youngest child, I got a little sister. I be trying to keep her on the right path. Got nieces and nephews. So I'm just trying to stay focused, stay focused so I can have my future situated so everything can work out. And once again, I want to say thank you for everybody coming out again.
So moving along, we're going to have some of our alumni come up and speak. I'd like to start with KJ Congo. KJ, can you come up?
Big Kim Wan, okay.
Yeah. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Hey, what up, Matt, Corey? I just want to thank the graduates. Y'all put in the work. We met before, we talked. We're going to continue to do that. My name is KJ Congo, ACLU Delaware lead, SJA for Newcastle County on probation reform. Be working with you, Matt. And, yeah, basically, like, man, y'all going on probation. I'm the lead for Newcastle County. Hit me. We're going to continue to work together. Utilize Brian, Quincy, Nichelle, and Ms. Priscilla, because they continue to help me to this day. I'll call, I reach out, I need help. Because in our community, we like resource and opportunity, and that's what they provide. And also, we're dealing with trauma, hurt, pain, suffering, and a lot of times we make decisions based on that hurt and that pain, but we all went through it, you feel me? So I encourage us to lean on one another, lean on community members, and lean on each other, because we all experienced that. I know we got a timetable, but I just want to thank everybody for coming out. We got a lot of work, a lot of systematic institutional change. It's not just on us individually, but it's on our social environment as well, because our decisions is based on our environment. So if I'm in the trenches, my decision-making process is gonna be different than somebody from somewhere else. So what Brian, Quincy, and Nichelle do is they provide us the resources. So now we can be like, all right, I can't get a job, or all right, I can de-escalate the situation and not look soft, because in certain situations I de-escalate, I look soft and things like that. So they have it from a perspective based on individual culture, because we got cultural distance as well. So overall, this program is geared toward helping individuals where they at, providing resources and opportunity. And I will continue to thank y'all, and we got a lot of work to do. Graduates, continue to hit me. We gonna get it done. Got y'all. Appreciate everybody.
Next, can Gary Stanley come up? Gary?
I might need them. Good morning, everybody. A few familiar faces. Councilor Faust, Ms. Hunt, how y'all doing? Ms. Fields, appreciate you. I just want to say, the program, they do everything they say they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's like lifting weights. They spot you. You know, they right there. As far as everybody graduating, congratulations. At the end of the day, proper conduct fears no exposure. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do what y'all supposed to do. They got your back all the way. I'm recently just getting out the plumber, thanks to Ms. Fields, an early release. You know, and getting apartment, housing, helping, like they right there, you know what I'm saying, taking the weight off, like, and it keeps you with a positive mind. Still got both my jobs, still out here, still talk to B. The other day I got a call, where Q at? Got a call, Q like, you got kids? You celebrate Christmas? I'm like, yeah. Next thing you know, I get a call from Miss Lori. She just took me shopping, spent, what, $375? $125 a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, program is here. Appreciate those all.
Next up, if we can have Charles Teller come up. Charles Teller.
Good morning, everybody. As you heard, my name is Charles Teller. I'm glad to be part of the 78% success graduation rate. I graduated in, I believe, June of 2002. 22? Yeah, 22, my fault. Coming through the program just helped me build my foundation, helped me lay down the bricks. And it was just like, all from there, once I started getting a direction of where I wanted to go, started getting the tools in my belt as far as everybody know all the certificates that we get coming through the program, like, they there, like, utilize them. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, when I first started working, I started out cleaning office buildings. Then I tried the construction thing, and then I utilized my forklift certificate, and that's what I've been doing since then. I drive forklift trucks, you know. Y'all know the support that come with Quincy, Miss P, and B. Like I said, I graduated 2022, and they still there. They still text me, you know what I mean, yo, you good, you all right, how your situation going, you know what I mean? That support's still there. They not lying when they saying we gonna be here for you. As long as you apply everything you learned from the program, like, I'm living, walking proof that, like, it really guides you. My whole mental of how I used to think of coming from the streets is different. I see the police now, I'm like, oh shit, let me slow down. Not that I'm speeding, but it's just that I ain't got them words that, like, damn, I'm going to jail, you know what I mean? Like, them thoughts, and, like, I ain't gonna hold you, like, it feel different. Like, I went to Smyrna 2 months ago to go see a friend of mine who doing life, it felt so surreal going through the other side of them gates. Like, I really thought any minute they was gonna like, sir, just step over here right quick, come through this door, my fault. You know what I mean? Like, until I really got there and sat down, like, yo, it's happening. Like, I'm here, and to talk to somebody on the other side of that gate, I see the feeling of how our family feel when they leave and can't take you with them. Like, that's it. It's a different feeling, and I'm glad to be here today. You know, like, my kids is grown. I'm a pop-up. I got 4 grandkids. That's what I'm here for right now, you know what I mean? I'm here to take care of them and make sure that they ain't got to go through the things that I went through. And I'm proud of y'all for walking through the steps. I know everybody that came from different backgrounds. I know everybody got different story to tell. And just use that and apply that to whatever you got going on, and know that, man, it's only get greater. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't got to boast and brag about what I got going on, but I'm blessed right now. And thank you, everybody, for all the support. I need to talk to a couple people, and thank y'all.
And lastly, can I have Deshaun Brooks come up? Deshaun Brooks.
Good morning, everybody. I want to first congratulate the graduates for making this step, because I was sitting in them seats 2 years. I'm a 2-year graduate, and I know how hard it is to put this into your schedule. You never know what you got going on, and to put this first is like, it was helpful. PNS, Brian, Quincy, Miss Michelle wasn't here when I was going. Miss Priscilla, they've been here from day one. I did a 20-year sentence, and I met Brian through a friend. He introduced me to Brian. He got me into the program. And this program was very supportive, because a lot of people don't have that support. Families are dysfunctional, as well as mine. So their support brought me to a level to succeed in life. So now I'm a union worker, I'm a mason tendon, I got hazmat, all because of them structuring my life. I didn't think that after doing that many years that I could succeed and still elevate in life. And for y'all have to use them. They still here for me. I call Brian. If I don't call them, Brian calls me. He's on me still, and he pushed me to a whole nother level. I'm doing tax liens and tax deed houses now. So this is all because of PNS. I never had this vision in my life. Never knew I would be at this point. And, you know, dealing with being in the system, a lot of guys, when they incarcerated, don't have that. They don't have the vision. They think that it's always gonna be like that. You lost, but they live in proof that, I'm living proof too, that you can still win, no matter what you go through. Y'all just gotta put y'all trust in God, whoever y'all believe in, and push forward. And I just wanna thank y'all. Like, this is the best program in Delaware. This might be the best program in the country. Like they got everything for you. You know, this might be the best program in the country. They might want to push this to other states, you know, because, like, they there for you. And I'd just like to thank all y'all, because y'all all came out, most of y'all came out when I graduated and supported everybody. So I just want to thank y'all.
Thank you, alumni, and thank you, graduates. We're, you know, family members, and we look forward to being family for a long time, okay? Thank you, everyone. There's refreshments in back. I just wanted to point your attention, I forgot to mention to the grads, a former board member always makes little something for every graduating class, so she's made these little graduation hats with candy in them and has other things and some stuff in the back, so I just wanted to share that with you. But thank you, thank you, thank you, and happy holidays and best wishes for all wonderful things in the new year. We really appreciate you.